It's your daily dose of Donna. Welcome to the show. I am your host, Donna Bowling. It is Tuesday, September 9th. How is everyone doing on this lovely Tuesday? We have a big show today. Blake Lively has come back with a vengeance, a triple vengeance, as they say, a triple latte. I like a triple latte. She comes back with a triple vengeance. Okay, what can we do? What can we do about Blake Lively other than just, hold on to your hats and glasses because this here is a wild ride in the wilderness. I can't help but use my Disney knowledge every once in a while when it comes to Blake Lively because really, honestly, what a roller coaster with Blake Lively and her drama. We're going to talk about some of those legal filings in just a moment. Kelley Wolf, I have an update for you guys. And if you're on the Reddit train of Kelley Wolf, I see you, but you got some of your information wrong. So I will give you guys an update on that. And we have so many other things, including a Bravo update. Craig Conover has launched a new production company. We have, of course, Carl Radke is opening up his, don't dare call it a mocktail bar. It's a soft cocktail bar. I like calling it a socktail. Just kidding, a soft cocktail bar. We have some Bravo updates. And then some other stories. Hilary Duff. Hilary Duff is back in the music biz. Who knew? Who knew? Isn't that one of her songs? Oh, no. Is it? Who knew? Hey now. Hey now. We'll talk about all of that and more. You guys, make sure to subscribe as you jump in here. Make sure to hit the like. We are moving our way past 50 so fast. Straight to 60. Let's hit 60K, baby. Right to the top. Rocket ship. Rocket ship straight to the moon. Come on, dosers, do your thing. It's your daily dose of Donna. Thanks so much for being here. Elena says, Ricky Martin, Jessica Simpson, Hilary Duff. Did we find a break in the time-space continuum? Don't forget, Ashley Simpson's also back on stages. I am loving the 90s, not 90s. What am I talking about? What year is it? I'm loving the early 2000s, like, return. Bring it back. Honestly, if you listen to an Ashley Simpson album, if you're alone in your car, like driving down a highway, and you like turn on a Ashley Simpson album, on a Monday, I am waiting. Tuesday, I am fading. Wednesday, I can. Oh my God. Like nothing else matters in the world. Music, like the windows down, all of a sudden I'm in college. I'm at UC Santa Barbara, cigarette in hand, and I am like living my best life. Okay, don't judge me. Don't judge me. Times are tough. Let's not forget the resurrection of Lindsay Lohan. Yes, good times. Didn't Lindsay sing for a second there? Where's Lindsay's music career? Lindsay's just busy looking gorgeous. Gorgeous out there. Gorge. Guys, we've got a lot to talk about today. So, we have, where do I start? Okay. I'm trying to think where I can start. I want to start with my big story, of course, is the Blake Lively story. So I will start with the Kelley Wolf story of it all. Oh, by the way, thank you guys for the Paula Deen love yesterday. I really decided that I'm going to start auditioning for local theater. My son Dylan is a theater guy. He is an actor. And I did show him my performance of, A Southern Belle. And I said, what do you think? He goes, what is this? Who are you trying to be? And I said, her name is Paula Deen. You don't know who she is, but she is, I grew up watching Paula Deen on TV. And he goes, no. Oh, this is like a real person. This is not a made up accent. I said, no, it's a real person. He goes, oh, okay. You can keep working on it, but I take that as a win, from a 12, almost 13-year-old boy. I'll take that as a win. So, working on my accent, folks. I live in Los Angeles, there's always a chance I can find an acting teacher on every corner working on it. Call me Donna Dean. Donna Dane. And don't you worry. Justice for Eugene, always by me. Maybe I'll tape that up right there so we'll never forget. Justice for Eugene. We're starting a movement. Got 17 signatures on that Justice for Eugene movement. Justice for Eugene. Donna Dane. Okay. So, and then final little piece of homework, or not homework, but like a little admin. Apple Podcast had a major glitch in the system. And who do we blame glitches on the system on? Say it with me. Blake Lively. Okay. Blake Lively messed up Apple Podcasts yesterday. Now, I don't have confirmation on that. It's just my assumption. But Blake Lively and her people did not allow my podcast to air on Apple Podcasts yesterday, so she can go kick rocks. So because of that, my podcast wouldn't play on Apple Podcasts. And it wasn't my fault because my podcast was available and up. So it was only available on Spotify yesterday. So if you did not hear yesterday's podcast, make sure to go to YouTube to watch it, or go to Spotify, and if it's not still playing, because it was a good one. It was one for the memory books. I'll just tell you that. It was fun. Let's get into today's stories. First of all, before I do, just remember this week's episodes are brought to you by Wayfair. Wayfair is the ideal place to cosify your space. There is a bigger selection curated by style and options for every budget, price point, unique finds that reflect anyone's style, easy and free shipping. We are coming into fall, even though it's hot. I love how we're coming into fall in September and it just gets hotter. I don't know where you live, but here in Los Angeles, September, October, these are the hot times of the month. The hot times of the year. October couldn't be hotter. It's crazy. But what's your decor style in the fall? Do you like the cozy browns, like Blake Lively's outfit when she was at Glossy Pop? Do you like, browns, tans, oranges? Have you ever checked out Wayfair? Because Wayfair can help you out in a time crunch if you're having like a fall party, if you're having a pumpkin, carving event. And delivery can be free, fast, and hassle-free. So now is the best time to get ready for the season ahead so you can enjoy fall with your family and kids, ease the transition, etc. There's bedding, bath basics. There's seasonal home decor, storage for every space, kitchen essentials. If you work from home, you can set up your study setups, cozy reading chairs, low-lit lamps, all of that. Wayfair makes it easy to tackle your home goals, cosify your space with Wayfair's curated collection of easy, affordable fall updates, from comfy recliners to cozy bedding and autumn decor. Find it all for way less at wayfair.com. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair, every style, every home. Let's get into the first story, and that is Kelley Wolf. Okay. As you know, yesterday I reported on Kelley Wolf leaving rehab. I was the person that broke this news to you guys. Then today, People Magazine finally broke it. They're a day late and a dollar short. I hate to say it. I don't know who their sources are. Maybe they're watching my show. I am sad to have to report that news because, as you guys know, while I'm reporting this in like a quote unquote gossipy way, my goal for reporting this is that, well, I don't have a goal. My goal is, my goal is just because this is what I do for a living. My goal for Scott Wolf and his kids is that Kelley Wolf gets treatment and gets help. That's really the goal, right? And this is for anyone that is going through a similar situation in their home and in their life. And mental health is something I believe, and this is not just mental health, let's be honest, this is mental health and this is substance abuse. This is something that people struggle with in every home. If it's not in your home, it's the person next door to you. It's your brother, it's your sister, it's your aunt, uncle, cousin. It is someone that you know. And I truly believe that you have to, uh, you know, be connected to the story in some way. And that's why this is touching so many people. People that had no idea who Kelley Wolf was 2 months ago are invested in this story. Because from everyone else's angle, she was just a 48-year-old, beautiful mother of 3, who had a successful life, who had a successful family, who had a successful, you know, like from an outsider's perspective, had it all, right? The handsome actor husband, the 3 beautiful children, the nice life, the beauty, the strength, the career, the brains, and then everything just seems to crumble so publicly, and it doesn't reconcile for our brains. Also, when you think of someone who is not a who doesn't have it all together mentally, you don't see someone that seems so put together as she technically does in all of her videos, and that is also something that is very hard to reconcile, if you understand. That being said, um, she entered rehab with her brother. This is from I have multiple sources who are either I can't give you too many details. You can believe me or not. This is another thing. There is a Reddit that is dedicated to this, okay? I am very aware of it. Um, and they are, very invested in the story. And a lot of people are, as Reddit does, like Reddit loves to jump all over people and say a lot of things that are positive and negative, and so you have to take it with a grain of salt because you don't know who's behind the keyboard, obviously. And I think most people have good intentions on that thread for her. I don't want to say like people are coming from a bad place. I hope people don't come from a bad place on those Reddit threads for her. I can't say that about a lot of other Reddit threads, but I can't reveal my sources because if I did, then that would totally ruin their trust with me. But I have multiple sources. I have 3 people right now who are speaking to me who are very, very in the circle, right? Who are either communicating directly or who know people who are in the circle. So that's all I can say about that. I can't give you anything else other than that. But I will say that there was apparently, she left rehab. She went to rehab, and it wasn't rehab. It was like a very nice resort that is also a treatment center, very expensive, with her brother. Left less than 24 hours later. Then, allegedly, according to this Reddit, she was spotted at a restaurant with 3 other people, and a picture was posted. This person said that she was spotted at this restaurant in Colorado yesterday morning. And then everyone in the comments was saying, and you see the picture of the back of her. And she honestly looks like her hair almost looks like mine, very blonde, much blonder than mine, but like in a small mini bun. And she's wearing a sweater and like a little skirt. And honestly, from the back, it does look like her. But nothing about the lunch makes sense. She's with 3 people, a woman and 2 men, a younger guy and an older guy. It looks like a very normal lunch, but she doesn't have it doesn't track with any of the behavior that we're seeing, right? She's just having a normal lunch. But the comments are very much under the like, oh, where is she? She's in Colorado. Oh, I wonder where she's going, where she's da, da, da. It's not her. Okay. I understand it's her doppelganger. It must be. But that's not Kelley Wolf. Okay. So Kelley Wolf is not in Colorado. Whoever this person is that saw her, I don't think that she had bad intentions thinking that it was her. It is her doppelganger. That is not Kelley Wolf. Kelley Wolf is currently in Arizona still, and she is at another beautiful type of place, resort-like place, very expensive resort-like place. Some would call it a hotel, some would call it a spa, some would call it a treatment center. It's not a rehab in any capacity. It's a come as you go type of place. Um, Anyone can go, if that makes sense. Like you can go and come and leave. Uh, as of tomorrow, she has a hearing. Apparently, there's a hearing tomorrow, and there will have to be more information there tomorrow. So she still has to check into a rehab according to this hearing by the 12th. Will she? Will she not? We don't know. But that is the update. And allegedly, things aren't going so well. And so, people are worried about her. Her family, her friends are incredibly worried about her. That's the truth. It's not like, I don't think anyone is feeling good about anything that's happening right now. That's the honest to God truth. So there you go. That is all. All right. That's the update on that. Next story. Let's move on to the Blake Lively story. Now, this is crazy. Okay. I have had it up to here, and I'm not that tall, but I've had it up to there with the Blake Lively story, and I am done. I am done with this shenanigan of Blake Lively, pulling all the stops, doing everything she possibly can to suck Justin Baldoni and his whole side dry. I am done. I am done with it. Done. But what can we do? This is, I mean, as you guys know, I don't cover Blake on a daily basis. I really am not in the weeds with the legalities of it because it's soul sucking. I can't believe that Justin Baldoni has to sit through this garbage still. But let me give you guys a little bit of a recap because I can't go through, as you guys know, I can't do the day-to-day every single legal filing because that would be my entire show. I mean, Lauren Nighty from Court of Random Opinion, that's her entire show. And it's soul sucking. It's like, I'm not for poor Lauren. I mean, that's what she does. But like she goes through every single court filing. It's so annoying. I can't. Blake Lively wants Justin Baldoni to pay millions for filing the frivolous suit in the test of the California Me Too law. So basically, what I'm going to try to explain to you guys really fast is this California Me Too law, and this is really hard to explain as not an attorney, but just in a very, very short way to explain it, is if anyone here has a man in your life, whether that's your husband, your brother, your son, your uncle, your cousin. Oh my God, I have both my dogs just staring at me in my window. I know. They're so cute, the little ones. If you have a man in your life and they get accused of harassment, sexual harassment, just accused, no proof needed. I can just go up to this, Todd the tree. Remember Todd? I can just go up to this dude over here and say, you are sexually harassing me. Because of that, I am now protected. As long as I claim it first, I am protected. And that's that. Because of that, tree man over here is not allowed to defend themselves legally against me. This is so problematic. And I get why this ruling is there because you have a lot of women that do get, unfortunately, kind of like people come after people that accuse. So I get the ruling. What I don't like is there are women that lie. Right? There are women. I love how Todd is just chilling here. Sorry, Todd. I miss you. When's Real Housewives of Salt Lake City coming back? There are women that lie. And there are women that fake. And there are women that make shit up. And the more that we dive into these cases, the more we realize that. And I've never, ever, that's not my go-to. My go-to is not to believe that women lie. My go-to is to believe the woman. But then when you come to, as I did Blake, right? So this is what's upsetting. Now, the story here, And the article here, it says Blake Lively wants Justin Baldoni to pay millions of dollars for filing a frivolous defamation suit against her in test of a California law aimed at protecting sexual harassment victims who speak out. Okay. Now, the problem is this is a new article, and she's doing this in New York. So because she's fighting this California law, which is 47.1, this is a California, I don't want to use the word, but just imagine what I'm about to say, and it's the opposite of going to sleep, law, okay? Here in California, she's now trying to use this law and trying to fight it in New York under Judge Lyman, who has never, ever, ever tried to fight this or even try to use this in his court of law. And it's completely out of his jurisdiction. It's never going to happen. It's all PR. This is, again, she always used to say, her attorneys used to always say, Brian Friedman is fighting in the court of PR. This is all Blake Lively is doing now. Everything Blake Lively is doing, everything Isabella Ferrer is doing, everything her side is doing is all PR now. It's all PR. Okay? 47.1 is being abused by Blake. Yes, 47.1 should file a claim against Blake. The actual law should file a claim against Blake for abusing it. The judge is not going to touch this. Not actually Golden on TikTok was like, don't stress about this. This is just bullshit. This is smoke and mirrors. Now, if Judge Lyman does touch it, we've got a major concern here. But this is really, really wild. Now, this is a Gavin Newsom law. I don't need to talk to you guys about Gavin Newsom. You know how I feel, right? I have a Spencer for Governor shirt. Okay. So the law provides immunity from defamation lawsuits to accusers who have a reasonable basis to file a sexual harassment complaint and do so without malice. That is, without knowing the claim to be false. Lively's attorneys argue that those criteria have been met. It says, though he dismissed Baldoni's complaint, Lyman did not make a ruling on whether the California applies to this case. Of course, Baldoni's attorneys have argued that it does not. So Lively's team wants an order for damages, followed by, if necessary, a hearing to determine the amount. She's asking for triple damages. She's asking for, it's called treble damages. 3 times the damages. We've heard about this when Brian Friedman was on Megyn Kelley, talking about it, saying 3 times the damages. This could be millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. So not only did she go after him for sexual harassment, but when he tried to defend himself against her and all these crazy things that she did to take over the movie, which we actually have seen proof of in emails and in text messages, she's now going to go after him and say, not only did I ruin your career, did I completely, kill you in the industry. She's like completely erase you in the industry. But now I want you to pay me so much money. It's awful. But then in addition to all of that, which I really, really hope that the judge is like, LOL, we have another declaration that came up on the docket yesterday. And this is a little bit of a wild declaration, and half of it is redacted. And this is like a little bit of a game of guess who, but I think I know who it is. And her name is Liz Plank, the one girl who I despise in this entire thing. Check the receipts, check the screenshots, check the timestamps, check the proof, check the evidence. If you go back through the days of Daily Dose of Donna from freaking January of 2025, I've been covering this for 9 damn months. 9 months. I have never, ever liked Liz Plank. Never. This woman has always been on my shite list. Okay? She is the epitome of the woman that I don't like in this kind of a case. But there is a declaration, and I'm just assuming it's her, okay? I have no 100% confidence, but this is my assumption. There is a declaration that came out yesterday, and it's half redacted, so we don't know. But I'm just going to assume it's her, okay? And it says, I blank pursuant to declare as follows: I am over 18 years of age, of sound mind, and that's to be determined, and otherwise competent to make this declaration. And it's saying blank Wayfarer Studios, Justin Baldoni, a founder of Wayfarer blank, I had repeated negative interactions with Mr. Baldoni and his associates, including verbal abuse by Mr. Baldoni. Mr. Baldoni not be permitted on set. It's a lot of redacted, so it's like half sentences. Mr. Baldoni not be permitted on set during the majority of production as a result of those experiences. And then it says, I requested that he not be involved in blank marketing or public relations efforts. So this is clearly not about It Ends With Us. This is about another project. Then it says, I was contacted by the assistant to Steve Sarowitz to schedule a time for me and Mr. Sarowitz to speak. Mr. Sarowitz's assistant did not identify a topic for the meeting. A true and correct copy of blank produced in Discovery is being submitted with this declaration as Exhibit 1. I declare under penalty of perjury that is true and correct. And this is the declaration all about Steve Sarowitz, who divulged to a witness at the film's New York premiere. This was by sleuths on Reddit, that he was prepared by quote, and this is by hearsay. This is not in writing. This was a quote that he said, I am willing to spend $100 million to ruin the lives of Miss Lively and her family. This was a hearsay quote. Okay. And then also another time, and guys, this is where I get really, really sensitive. As you guys know, proud Jew over here is a very sensitive moment for me. When she says, he declared, I will protect the studio like Israel protected itself from Hamas. There were 39,000 dead bodies. There will be 2 dead bodies when I'm done. Minimum. Not dead, but you're dead to me. So that kind of dead, but dead to a lot of people. If they ever get me to that point, then I'll make it worth da 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 da. And here on the footnotes of this declaration, it says, in unsealed portions of her deposition transcript filed with the court, Ms. Lively testified that she not only felt that the lawsuit and Mr. Friedman's conduct was retaliatory, but that Mr. Sarowitz's dead body's threat on the heels of his pledge to spend $100 million to ruin her life left her concerned for her physical safety and as a mother for that of her family. And then it says this person also had concerns with Mr. Baldoni, who they found to be verbally abusive, which resulted in him not being allowed on the set of the other project or involved in its marketing or publicity. Okay. These are all the Reddit sleuths here that is coming up with this idea that Liz Plank is the person behind this declaration. Okay. Shame on her, it says, for helping Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds ruin Justin Baldoni's life for money and fame. So they're saying the person who filed this declaration is the same person who told Blake about the Hamas comments, is what the Reddit sleuth is saying. Okay. This is overkill for me. Now, I don't want to say it's just for me, because I think it should be for a lot of people. But let's talk about this. Let's break it down. First, let me take a sip of my water because your girl's getting heated. Okay. I am not I'm not Baha'i. I am not Baha'i. I am obviously not Baha'i, but I do know that in the Baha'i faith, one thing about Baha'i is that what? A big thing is not to gossip, right? That is like a big tenet of their faith. In Baha'i, you don't talk. I'm just looking this up. You should have seen what I just Googled. I said, do you talk shit when you're Baha'i? Mildly mercurial is on my side. Okay, you can't talk shit. Okay? That's what I literally just Googled. It says in the Baha'i faith, there are strong prohibitions against talking shit, or what the Baha'i writings are formally called backbiting, gossip, and slander. This is considered one of the most great sins because it damages the fabric of unity in a community. Okay. Do I believe that no one in the Baha'i faith talks shit? Um, no, because I do believe that people are human, but we have seen a lot of unsealed text messages. We've seen a lot of unsealed emails that Blake has now had in discovery of Justin Baldoni's and has released, right? Of Justin Baldoni speaking about Blake. We've seen him speak to editors. We've seen Justin Baldoni speak to his circle, his inner circle. That's Rainn Wilson and Andy Grammer and Dad and Jamie Heath. We've seen messages of Justin Baldoni speaking to multiple people about how he was feeling during that film, about how Jamie Heath was feeling during that film production. And he wasn't in a good place, right? And he wasn't a fan of Blake. There's no questions here. Did you ever get the feeling that Justin Baldoni or Jamie Heath or any of those people who are practicing Baha'i members are seriously talking major smack and saying, like, I'm going to freaking kill her. I'm going to take her down. I'm going to make her a dead body. I'm going to blah, 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 blah. Like, I talk more crap here on this podcast. I'm just being honest. Let's be honest, okay? You guys talk more, "Oh, Bushbirds, what up?" You guys talk more shit in the comments than Justin Baldoni and Jamie Heath and any of those Baha'i people said in any of those unredacted emails, or not unredacted, unsealed emails and text messages. Everyone's like, please just think positively, Justin. Let's just think, like, I will do a prayer for you when it comes to being harassed by those horrible two human beings. Everything is fine. I will love on you. Everything is good. Like, it's crazy. Like, we're sitting here and talking horrendous about these people, and they're like, I am circling you in love. Like, it's almost annoying. Talk more bad. Talk worse about them, Justin. Like, get it out. Maybe you wouldn't have so many internal, health problems and had to go to the hospital if you were able to like release it more. That's probably why he worked out so much. He was like punching those bags. Honestly, they were literally kind in their anger. They were kind. And when you know that the people that you talk the most shit with is your friends. Like, you should see the stuff I talk with Zach Peter about. You should see the things I say. That's who you Molly Dare, are you kidding me? Our text messages? Holy shit, if we got subpoenaed. Ooh. So if we saw these people talking horrendous crap, we would see it. It would be out there. They would be out there in a heartbeat. Like, are you kidding me? In all of those emails and text messages that we just saw, that they just released just a few weeks ago, where we saw him saying, like, I'm about to have the meeting with Blake, the first meeting since that horrible production, or since the safety concerns just got released, we would see him saying, like, I can't believe I have to meet with that stupid bitch after she ruined my life. I can't believe that she and her jerk husband, da da da. None of it. He was so respectful. He's like, please wish me luck. I am nervous. I am hoping, it's really hard to work with someone after she tries to ruin your life, but I'm doing the best I can for the community. I'm like, oh my God, this man is a fucking saint. So, Nancy, I'm going to consider that for $100 a day. So that's how the Baha'i people are. I mean, we're seeing firsthand how they operate. So you mean to tell me Steve Sarowitz, a man who is a philanthropic billionaire, who literally makes billions of dollars and chooses to donate so much of it away. Okay. A man who is a giver by choice, a man who chooses to become Baha'i, A man who wears shirts that say, like, be kind. A man that I've shown you guys this before, but I'm happy to show you again, does interviews, multiple interviews about how he wants to give. You're telling me that you heard him say, and look, I, I don't know him personally. I don't know him personally, but I mean, I told him one time. I just YouTubed him. I have never even seen this video. Let's watch 2 seconds of it. This is the guy that she says Steve Sarowitz, Liz Plank is saying he said these horrendous words. And by the way, this is Israel. This is Haifa, Israel. This is the Baha'i, like, what is it? Like the landmark or whatever, the home base of the Baha'i temple. It's so gorgeous in Haifa, Israel. This is just a piece of Steve Sarowitz talking. I have no idea what video this is. Let's hear him.
And realize how much money, especially now is a good time to say it this week, how much money is going into war, how much money is going into greed and corruption. And if you took that money and invested it in the betterment of society, it would help us tremendously materially. If you look at the imbalances, the inequities in the world, these things are things that we need to address. And instead of just giving someone a meal for the day, why can't they afford a meal on their own? What is stopping them from being productive? Or
literally just randomly picked a video and randomly picked a moment. And that is what he's talking about. This is the man that Liz Plank is saying, I want dead bodies. I'm going to take these people and I'm going to Hamas dead bodies. What the fuck are you talking about? It doesn't track. Sorry, character. It doesn't track for me. And I cannot understand how you can say, like, with full certainty in your heart that this is the same man. And if he actually said those words, it wouldn't have been in a nasty, disgusting way. It would have been maybe in a way of like, Justin Baldoni is getting terrorized by Blake and he needs to defend himself. Maybe he said it in a way like that, but not in like, I'm going to come and like kill them. Like it's a sick misuse of the words. And you can feel it and you can know it. So Liz Plank obviously has a huge bone to pick with Justin Baldoni. And she chose early on to jump to Ryan and Blake in December, right after Blake Lively released the CRD complaint. I remember exactly where I was. It was the day before Christmas. It was Christmas Eve. It was December 24th. And I was in Vegas. It was either the 23rd or the 24th. I was in Las Vegas. It was right after the CRD complaint. And I was at the New York hotel at the roller coaster with my kids. And I get a people notification. It says Liz Plank leaves the podcast. And I'm like, whoa. That is a huge declaration. So she picked which side she wanted to go on. Now, Liz Plank is also someone out there that is a very big speaker out there in terms of like the Free Palestine movement. It tracks. This tracks. I'm just saying. Okay. No one else has brought that up except Liz. Why is Liz bringing this into the equation if not to rile the activists? It bothers me. That's how I feel about it. Okay, anyway. PR. Now all of a sudden the headlines are Justin Baldoni has done this before. Justin Baldoni has been mean to people before. Not a crime, number one. Number one, not a crime. And also, it took 9 months to get one person who we already know is on Ryan and Blake's payroll, basically, to come out and declare that Justin Baldoni has been mean to them before. That's not like great evidence, just saying. That's how I feel about that. Okay. Got got sweaty. It's so crazy times in 2025. Crazy 2025, crazy times. And as Bushbird's saying, right, being mean isn't illegal. Enrique, he should be meaner. Seriously. Yes, very, very true. Rachel, Liz Plank working with Katie Couric was agenda driven too. 100%. Katie Couric, the girl who blocked me. I'll never forget when Katie Couric blocked me. They all have an agenda. Okay. That's how I feel about that story. And we're going to move on to another story. Maureen, by the way, Maureen Callahan, I just got a message from Nikki. Oh my God, it's so good. Nikki is Mrs. Busted Can of Biscuits here on YouTube just sent me a video of Maureen Callahan, who I know, I love Maureen. I know she had a really bad Karen Reed take. But she does have a huge audience. I love her take. She's from the Nerve podcast, and she has a great take on Ryan Reynolds. She just released it. I knew she was going to do this, but we have to just watch a second of this because it's called Ryan Reynolds to the Woodshed. The real Ryan Reynolds. I'm excited to watch this.
Oh, how I have been waiting for this. I've just been waiting for the right moment. Ryan Reynolds. That's right. Mr. Blake Lively. You know, Blake's got this ongoing lawsuit against Justin Baldoni. We here at Team Nerve, at Nerve Central, we opened up the woodshed this weekend just for Ryan, whose reputation has somehow remained largely unscathed in the culture, which surprises me. I mean, he married this monster, so how great can he be, really? Right? Really. I've never liked him. You know, everybody's like, oh, Ryan Reynolds, doesn't he seem like such a great, fun guy? Doesn't he seem like just so wholesome and cool? And no, never, not to me. I would run the other way from that guy if I saw him coming. Number one, I think his eyes are dead. I think he has dead eyes. I think he sold out whatever little shred of humanity he had left climbing that greasy pole of Hollywood. I do. I think he's made many compromises along the way that have extinguished any real life force, and now it's all dark. I think it's a black effing hole. I think it's a black hole. This guy, when he smiles, those eyes do not light up ever. They never come alive. And it's like he's got this smile that almost just feels like it's one size fits all. Like it's always the same smile. And he's got what I also find extremely creepy in middle-aged men. I mean, it's a creepy trait anyway, but in a middle-aged man who's a father of four, he's got this aw shucks demeanor, which I find extremely unsettling, extremely. And I'm going to say lastly, at least for today's purposes, this guy, the flop sweat, the level of desperation that comes through my screen every time I see him. It's so obvious that he wants everyone, and I mean everyone, to like him. And I think anyone
who
wants everyone to like them is broken beyond repair.
People
it's pleaser. One of the earliest lessons you should learn as a kid. That, hey, not everybody's going to like you. You're not going to like everybody, and not everybody's going to like you. And you just have to deal with it. Be yourself and move on as best you can in the world, right?
Yep. Best advice.
Everybody's got to like fucking Ryan Reynolds.
He can't handle it.
Who's married to the Queen of Darkness over here. You know, I mean, we say Oprah's the mistress of the dark arts. Blake, we'll come up with a proper name for her. We haven't really had enough time. Now, I think, just my opinion, don't sue me, Blake, and you can't because it's just my opinion and it's First Amendment shit. Okay, you bitch. I think Ryan Reynolds is a psychopath. I think he is. I think he has no problem continuing to bankroll his wife's bullshit lawsuit, which I think at this point he knows is bullshit. He's not an idiot, this guy. I think they are united in their plan. In what I suspect, just my opinion, was Blake Lively's plan to smear Justin Baldoni as a sexual harasser at least, and wrest away control of all the Colleen Hoover novels. He's got, I believe, if the last reporting I read still holds, that he owns the rights to the sequel to It Ends With Us, which I think was really a prequel, but that doesn't matter. She wants that material, and she wanted to make herself the auteur, which is just laughable. Laughable. So you know where I'm going, right? Now, the wood chipper awaits. Our beloved wood chipper awaits. Okay, it's getting good. Again, we're continuing to just test it in the days leading up to our Emmy live stream. We're really going to put it to good use there. But first, we're going to make Ryan do his time in the woodshed, and for the crime that we are prosecuting him for, you're not getting any bail, Ryan. No bail. We are prosecuting him for his contemptible behavior with a child journalist on a red carpet this weekend. Okay, take a look.
I'm a monster. I know. I'm so sorry. What's your question for me, buddy?
This is when, of course, he goes and talks to the child, but then she, will go on.
That makes a big show. I'm bending down. I'm going to get down on your wavelength, okay? And I'm going to smack that really insincere smile on my face, and I'm going to lift my eyebrows up, and I'm going to pretend I'm interested in whatever bullshit you have to say, little kid. And you know what else I'm going to say to you? Let's skip right to the question, okay? Don't tell me how great it is to meet me. I already know. I know how fucking great it is to meet me. This guy has it coming, and the nerve exists because people like you, Ryan, have been getting glad-handed throughout the media these many years. It stops now. And what is with people being monsters to little kids? That little kid who had the baseball that he caught, or his father caught over the weekend or last week, and this woman comes up and she's like, "That's mine. Give it to me." What is with people? Here's a striking fact you might not know. I sure did not. The number one risk factor for
and then she goes into an ad. We don't need an ad. Okay, that was good. I love this comment from I'm Not a Bot 55 says Maureen definitely would not qualify to join the Baha'i faith. Oh, that was so good. Truthfully, MP says, I would like to know why Ryan Reynolds suddenly looks like an old lesbian. That's good. I'm telling you, you guys, it's spreading. It's spreading like wildfire. I am loving the turn on RR. And Ryan Reynolds is trying to sell tickets right now because he's going on tour for this John Candy movie. So I am dying to know who's going to be dying to get into those tickets. $130, no cameras or phones allowed, of course, because God forbid someone gets to film footage of Ryan Reynolds and his stupid jokes. Opening for a John Candy documentary, because of course it's not about Ryan, it's about John Candy, but he's going to make it about him. So ridiculous. Now, luckily, Maureen Callahan has a massive audience, massive. So she will, that will get a lot of views. And you know us. So even though I just showed you that video, please go and find that video on your own. Share it, like it, subscribe to Maureen, share it around the world. Let's get that spreading because Ryan Reynolds is going to lose his mind. He's going to lose his mind between Megyn Kelly going after Blake, between Maureen going after him. And then my favorite was the other video the other day who was like a Marvel guy on TikTok who was like, he's turning into Chevy Chase's downfall. It ain't good for Ryan the perineum. Okay? He is literally falling apart. Now, let's go into our next story, which is truly someone that is completely opposite from Ryan Reynolds. And this is someone that is on the up and up. And this is, I'm going to take out my hands only because It's part of the story. It's part of the shtick. And no one can talk about my Craig Conover without my hands. But I kind of want to put away my hands for this because I freaking love Craig Conover. And if you've been around for a long time between the Craig and the Paige breakup, I'm going to say one thing, and this is really not an ode to Charlie, but it could be an ode to Charlie. But Craig Conover is winning. Because I'm sorry, I have not been paying attention to Paige DeSorbo at all. I don't know if she's not showing up in my feed lately. I don't know if my algorithm is just saying Paige is not your cup of tea, Donna, so I'm not going to show you her. But Paige DeSorbo is just coming off as a little bit of like she's not likable. Sorry. It's not against women. Please. I love Maureen. Maureen's a woman. Okay. She's not likable anymore to me. She's off Summer House. She's doing Giggly Squad. I used to love Giggly Squad, the podcast. I have not listened to one episode in months. I have no interest. I'm not fascinated or interested in Paige DeSorbo that much anymore. I'm sorry. The breakup did not do wonders for her. Anyone else feel me on this one? Am I alone? Is anyone else? This is on purpose. She says, these hands are way too close to your boobs. And the truth is, it could be closer. Okay. They could be closer. One up, one down. I have no intimacy coordinator and I'm my own boss. So I will say, that I think with Paige, I struggle a little bit. I'm just not necessarily sure like what I know she still has a big audience, but I just don't love her anymore. Like I don't know. Now, Craig, on the other hand, did you guys hear what's going on with Craig? Check out Daily Dose of Donna's mascot boyfriend, the original OG boyfriend. You guys remember how Craig is where it started. It started with Craig. Southern Charms, Craig Conover. They could have found a better picture, honestly. Launches a production company. Our boyfriend is a producer. How proud are you? How proud are you? Now, Katie's not proud. Okay, Katie's pissed. She says she loves Paige. Craig is a dick, a liar, and has anger issues. I'm not going to lie. I kind of agree with a lot of that. I didn't say he's like the nicest, perfect person, but he is hot. Can you at least agree that he's hot, Katie? Can you at least agree that he's kind of hot? Now, he definitely has a dick. And according to Andy Cohen, it's large. Okay? It's the largest one of the three of them between Austin and Shep. Okay? We definitely know that. I don't want to say he is one. We know that he is possibly a liar, but he says a storyteller. And who doesn't have anger issues? Have you watched my show? So I'll say, okay, sure. But see, we all like somewhat problematic men, maybe. I married a bad boy, and look how great he turned. I love my Lancey, and he's not the best. He's not perfect. But look how cute he is, that Craigie. Okay. So this is kind of exciting. Craig is getting into TV production because what else can't he do? He has launched Plaid Horse Productions. He's teamed up with Media Trifecta, who's worked on series such as Cash Cab and Ghost Hunters of the Grand River, those big hits. And he is teamed up with Kevin Healy, who's previously worked for Kevin Hart's Heartbeat, and who's executive produced Betty White's Off Their Rockers, and Matt Hanna, who's executive produced HBO Max's Stylish with Jenna Lyons. He's also working with Jerry Castellano, who's so many other people, and it's gearing up to take out a slate of ensemble-driven reality cast shows, and is also working on relationship experiments, socially driven formats, and competition series. So he says, after spending over a decade in front of the camera, it's awesome to be stepping behind the scenes and getting involved from day one, helping shape the vision and build out the programming and connect with the right people. Being part of something from the ground up, this is really exciting. And honestly, I couldn't ask for a better team. I am very excited about this for Craig. I mean, honestly, both Craig and Paige are kicking ass, truthfully, right? Don't you agree? Like, neither one of them are losing. What do you guys think? I think they're both doing really, really phenomenal in their career. That's how I feel. Move over Alex Baskin. I'm with you on that. Now, Andy Cohen, speaking of Andy Cohen, did you guys see that announcement that Andy Cohen was on a GLP-1 over the summer? Lost 20 pounds. 20 pounds. And that is that. That's breaking news from Bravo. What else is going on? That's pretty much it. I will keep you guys posted on anything else that pops up. And no, that's not a sexual comment. And if anything else happens with the Kelley Wolf story, I will let you guys know. As you guys know, I have insider sources, so come to me before you go to People Magazine and let me know if you hear anything. We'll talk about it all. That is that. You guys have a phenomenal rest of your day. Please make sure you subscribe and like this video and follow on Apple and Spotify. Thank you, mods. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.